Hello students, I am Amita Gupta. Welcome to the Digi classes of Christchurch Convent, Gadawara. Today we are going to study chapter 1 Crop Production and Management of class 8th. So, what do you understand by crop production? When one variety of plants are grown at the same place on a large scale, it is called crop production. As you can see in this image, that a single variety of plants are grown on a huge piece of land. This is what crop production is. You must be knowing that India is a vast country. With every region, the climatic condition changes, and so the crops. There are three types of crops: vegetable, cereals, fruits. Despite of the diversity in the climate and crops, there are three types of cropping patterns, which are Kharif crops, Rabi crops, and Zaid crops. Example of Kharif crops are paddy, maize, cotton. Example of Rabi crops are wheat, peas, grams. Example of Zaid crops are seasonal fruits and vegetables. Out of these three, the two main types of cropping patterns are Kharif crops and Rabi crops. Now, let's understand the major difference between Kharif crops and Rabi crops. Kharif crops are sown in beginning of rainy season, whereas Rabi crops are sown in beginning of winter season. In India, rainy season generally falls between June to September, whereas winter season starts from September and October. Kharif crops are harvested before the arrival of summer season, whereas Rabi crops are harvested in spring season. Kharif crops are sown in rainy season because they require good rainfall, whereas Rabi crops are grown in dry area, therefore they required frequent irrigation. Up till now, we have studied about crops. Now, let's understand how these crops are grown. Crop production involves several activities undertaken over a period of time. These activities are similar to those carried out by you when you grow plant in your house. What do we do while growing plants in our house? First, we do the preparation of the soil, sow the seeds, add manure to the soil, irrigate it, protect it from weeds, and finally pluck the fruits. Agricultural process also implement the same. The very first step of the crop production is preparation of the soil. It is important to loosen the soil before sowing the crop seeds. The process of loosening and overturning the soil is called plowing and tilling. Plowing causes ventilation of soil and makes it suitable for growth of small organisms living in it, which help in growth of the crops. Plowing requires agricultural implements like plow, hoe and cultivator. Now, let's understand what these implements do. Plow. It is a tool used in farming for initial preparation of soil for sowing seeds. Plows are traditionally drawn by animals. As you can see in this image, plow is being drawn by two cattle and the man is handling it. In modern time, plow may be drawn by tractors. Plows are made up of only wood or wood and iron or iron only. It has two major parts, that is plow shaft and plow share. The two other tools are hoe and cultivator. Hoe is a horizontal tool used to shape soil, remove weeds, clear soil and harvest root crops. And cultivator is the modern tool that is driven by tractor. It is save labor and time. Now that we have prepared the soil, let's understand the process of putting the seeds into the soil, that is sowing. The two types of tools involved in sowing are traditional tools and modern tools. funnel shaped tool used with the help of animals. As you can see in this image, the man is putting the seeds into the funnel. The seeds pass down through the pipe into the soil. The tool is seed drill. It is a long iron pipe having funnel at the top and is driven by tractor. It saves time and labor, and the seeds are sown at a uniform distance and depth. In the seeds, it is important to provide nutrients and minerals to the soil. For the healthy growth of plants, the substances that are added to the soil are called manure and fertilizers. Now let's understand the major difference between manure and fertilizer. Manure is a natural substance, whereas fertilizer is an artificial substance. Manure are obtained by dead and decaying plants and animals, whereas fertilizers are chemicals that are added to the soil to increase its fertility and productivity. Manure prepared in fields, whereas fertilizer prepared in factories. Manure provides humus to the soil, whereas fertilizer does not provide humus to the soil. Manure is less rich in plants nutrients. Fertilizer is rich in plants nutrients. Manure absorbed by plants slowly, whereas fertilizer absorbed by plants quickly. Several advantages of manure are that it increases the water holding capacity of the soil. It makes the soil porous and facilitates the exchange of gases. The texture of soil improves. The number of microbes increases in the soil. Whereas some disadvantages of fertilizer are that continuous use of fertilizers in an area can destroy soil fertility because the organic matter in the soil is not replenished. The naturally occurring soil microorganisms are harmed by the use of fertilizers. And sometimes fertilizers get washed away due to the excessive irrigation and are not fully absorbed by the plants. This excess fertilizer then leads to water pollution. After adding manure and fertilizer, it is important to fulfill the water requirement of crops. The supply of water to the crops at regular intervals is called irrigation. The time and frequency of irrigation varies from crop to crop, soil to soil, and season to season. There are several methods involved in irrigation, namely traditional methods and modern methods. Traditional methods of irrigation are mode, chain pump, Dhekli, and Rahat. In mode, as you can see in this image, a man is pulling the water out of the well and draining it directly into the crops. In chain pump system, as you can see in this image, a bucket is tied to a chain driven pump that draws water from the water body and channelizes it directly into the crops. In Dhekli, small pockets are made in the field and the water drawn from the well, it is drained into those pockets. Whereas in Rahat, a kettle rotates the wheel that helps to draw water from the water bodies and directly supply to the crops. So these were the traditional method used for irrigation. These methods are cheaper but less effective. Method of irrigation is modern method that help us to use water economically. These methods are more effective. The main method used are sprinkler system and drip system. In sprinkler system, as you can see in this image, the perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzle on the top are joined to the main pipe. The advantage of this system is that it is more useful for uneven land whereas sufficient water is not available. Method of irrigation is drip system. In this system, the water falls drop by drop directly near the roots of the plants. As you can see in this video, the water is dropping directly into the roots. The advantage of this method are it provides water to plants drop by drop, so water is not wasted at all. It minimizes the use of water in agriculture, it is useful in those regions where the availability of water is poor. Now that the crops are grown, but along with it, some unwanted plants grow that absorb the nutrients from the soil. These unwanted plants are called weeds. Weeds can be controlled by applying weedicides. These are chemicals which kill weeds without damaging the crops. These chemicals are diluted with water and then sprayed with a sprayer to the field. Once the crop is matured and fully ripened, it is important to cut them. This process is called harvesting. Harvesting depends on many factors like season, crop variety, maturity period, etc. Method of harvesting are traditional method and modern method. In these methods, the crops are either cut manually or by machine. The first image shows the manual cutting process. The second image shows the harvester that cut the threshes the crop at the same time. And the third image shows the process of separating the grain and chaff. By now, you must have understood the entire process of crop production. Now comes the last and important stage, that is storage of produce. Grains obtained are stored in gunny bags and placed in properly ventilated cemented halls known as godowns. Farmer keeps dried grains in jute bags or metallic bins or mud bins. Large scale storage of grain is done in granaries. For storing large quantities of grains in big godowns, specific chemical treatments are used to protect them from pests and microorganisms. I hope by the end of this topic, you must have understood how the crops are produced and managed.